Hey guys, Bad Infos here, and this is GTA San Andreas Definitive Edition. Today I'll teach you how to use a very neat trick in the game called the sliding glitch. It's a glitch used by the speedrun community for years, and I already have a tutorial on it in the original GTA San Andreas. But it works differently on the Definitive Edition, and I'm here to show you how. My video will be split into 4 different parts in which I'll focus on one single thing in order to help you understand it better. Skip to the time shown on the screen if you wanna know a particular thing. Let's begin! Part 1. What is the sliding glitch? It's a glitch which helps you sprint and never get tired. It allows you to sprint in interiors you normally can't, and also allows you to sprint with certain weapons which is not possible while sprinting normally. Sliding is not faster than normal sprinting, but in certain situations while sprinting is impossible, sliding is your only option. The other benefit is while sprinting you can't shoot because you have to stop and fire a weapon, but while sliding, shooting at the same time is no problem with certain weapons I'll list later. Of course, the sliding glitch has its downsides. For starters, you always have to keep moving forward, and once you stop, the slide is interrupted. Starting it again might be a bit tricky and also take some time, so it's always best not to interrupt it every few seconds. Part 2. So how does it actually work? The sliding glitch works best at 30 FPS, which stands for frames per second. Playing at higher frames, even at 144 FPS, is still completely possible, but you sacrifice some speed, and also starting a slide will take more attempts than on lower frame rate. While practicing, I suggest going into your options menu and choosing 30 FPS as a start. Once you get used to it, you can increase your frame rate. Part 3. Alright, this is what you all came for. How does this bloody thing actually work? As a starters, you need to pick a weapon which you're certain that can be used for sliding. The full weapon list will be shown later. First of all, crouch. After you do, you need to start walking. Whenever you wanna start a slide, you need to uncrouch first and press the sprint button. Immediately afterwards, you need to press the aim button. Congratulations, you can slide now! Alright, again but in slow motion. Crouch, walk, uncrouch, sprint and aim, and that's all it takes. After you start a slide, you can let go of the sprint button as it's not needed anymore. Of course, there's other exceptions to this rule, like the minigun for example. No matter how much you try, you cannot crouch with the minigun, and this in my opinion is one of the most useful and also one of the hardest weapons to slide with. The trick with it is that you need to hold a neighboring weapon and crouch with it. Start walking. While walking, quickly uncrouch, press the sprint button, change the weapon to the minigun, and aim. The last 4 steps need to be done in about a second. Again, change to a different weapon, crouch, walk, uncrouch, sprint, switch, aim. The Definitive Edition, as you see, added a whole step to sliding. In the original, while crouched, if you press the sprint button, you uncrouch automatically, but in the Definitive Edition that does not work, forcing you to uncrouch first and then activate the glitch. There are different speeds of sliding, and what I showed you was the fastest method. We have a slower one too, which would help nobody, but they're also good to know. If you remove the sprint button I showed you earlier, you activate a much slower slide. What you do is crouch, uncrouch, move and aim. This activates the slide without the sprint boost. This is a slide with the same speed as regular aiming, so I guess you would never wanna use it. The strafe speed is slightly different with different weapons, therefore the slide speed is also different. For instance, you can slide much faster with an AK-47 on Hitman level than on Gangster level. You can change the direction of the slide, and you can turn a fast slide into a slower one too. Let me explain. You can activate the normal fast slide, and while sliding you can turn left or right, and after press the backwards button. The game will make you slide slower. If you do it correctly, you can even slide in one place as shown here. Sliding forward and pressing backwards immediately will interrupt the slide, so don't do it. Like I said, first pick a direction and then go backwards. So how can the slide be interrupted? I already mentioned that if you stop moving or you stop aiming, it will interrupt. But what else does it? Falling off something, for instance, lighting yourself on fire as well, running out of ammo also interrupts it. The minigun, however, will still allow you to slide, even though no bullets are left in it. You also might think that getting hit by a car would also stop the sliding, but no, it actually does not. Part 4. How can you know which weapon can be used for sliding? You can test it yourselves, but I also list all the weapons in just a minute. To test it, start aiming and moving. If CJ slows down like this, the weapon can be used for sliding. But if CJ keeps walking like this, then the weapon cannot be used to slide with. Weapons such as grenades and molotovs or melee weapons with which you cannot even aim cannot be used for sliding. Okay, now I'll list all the weapons that can be used for sliding. The first type is weapons that can be used to slide but require Hitman level in order to shoot while sliding. These weapons are Silenced Pistol, Desert Eagle, Pump Action Shotgun, Combat Shotgun, SMG, AK-47, and finally M4. The only weapon that no matter what cannot be used to shoot while sliding is the rifle. And last types of weapons can be used to slide and shoot while not even on Hitman level. Flamethrower, minigun, fire extinguisher, and the spray can. And that was basically it, guys. Any weapon I did not mention cannot be used while sliding, like the sniper, camera and others, which is a shame, because that was not the case in the original version. I hope I helped you out, guys. If you're playing on the original version, then watch my other tutorial linked in the description. Leave a like if you enjoyed, thank you for watching, and a very special thank you to my top channel members and patrons: Monish Pradeep, Alex Chavez, Bonchu Talentro, Max Robinson, Max Rich, LMP Racing, House the Chowder, Case Knight, Smokey O, and everybody else listed on the screen. Become a supporter today.